Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm excited to talk to you guys today. Once again, the year is coming to an end, right? We're all getting geared up, ready to win in 2022. So let's talk a little bit about that. But before we do, we are sponsored by Dell's Outdoor Advertising. These guys are phenomenal with giving you the digital and traditional billboard options from Pocatello to Blackfoot. And if you call them, and you mention that you heard about them on the podcast, they'll give you your first month for free or your installation for free if you sign up for a 3-month deal. So there you go. Make it happen. Go give Rob a call at Dell's Outdoor Advertising right now. All right, people. I've been thinking a lot about this because in some ways, 2021 was crazier than 2020. I know for our business it was. In many other businesses, I'm sure it's different. And I'm thinking as I drive home and as I drive to different locations, how do I make 2022 even better and start off with a bigger bang? And despite I regress for a minute. There are so many things in the business environment right now that we could point fingers at and blame. That's the reason why I'm not successful. That's why. This is why. And some of them are very valid. People, some businesses were completely shut down because of COVID reasons and stuff like that. And obviously, there's only so much you can do there. And my hats go off to those people and that navigated their way through those such circumstances. But for the rest of us that were still able to operate, we can kind of do two things. We can continue to blame and watch CNN, watch Fox News, and just get angry at the world because that's what news wants us to do. They just want us to keep us angry and they want to divide us, I feel like. And like you know this many times, I've said it, is that I feel like there's such a lack of love in this world. And that's one thing we're missing big. So we have two options. We can continue to get angry and we can continue to point fingers and blame. That's why I'm not successful. That person made me unsuccessful. This is what happened to me. But that, just like we talked about last episode, when you're always blaming others, you never grow and you never reach the maturity that you should. And it doesn't help your company either. It's the same thing. Blaming others is the same thing as excuses. It doesn't do you any good. It just lets you blow off some temporary steam, but it doesn't solve it. The problem's still there. It still exists. So let's start with a quote I really like from Paul Mitchell, the cosmetic guru. It says, "Successful people do things that unsuccessful people don't want to do." So let's talk about 2022. It's coming up rapidly. We're wrapping up 2021. How are you? And of course, me, I'm talking to myself too. How are we going to start 2022 better than we started 2021? And if you're thinking to yourself, that's impossible. I've done everything I possibly can this year. It's as good as I'm going to get. Well, I feel bad for you if you feel that way because you're wrong. There's always something you can tweak. There's always something you can change. There's always a new process you can put into place. There's always something more. So let's talk about it. There's a couple things I want to cover in this episode. We've talked about them all multiple times in episodes in the past, but let's really do a quick little dive on each one of these of what we can do to be ready for 2022. One big one, and I'm telling you guys, if you haven't done this already, you probably still think I'm crazy, for talking about it, but I'm telling you, it will change your business. It will revolutionize it. I promise you. It's creating core values, finding the core values within yourself or your partner within the company, and creating core values that you believe in, that no matter whatever company you start, those will be the core values that you continue to go forward with in everything you do. And then you hire upon those core values. You write ads upon those core values. There's so many strengths to this. Number one, you're finding people that are just like you. And maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm telling you, you're going to get along with them better. They're going to want to fulfill the purposes of the company better, and they're just going to want to perform better. That being said, there are those non-matches, the people that do not match your core values, that slip through the cracks. Sometimes they fake it. And once you see that, you got to quickly replace them. If you see them not cutting the mustard, don't just keep because saying, oh, I just need a warm body for now. Okay. I understand that situation. I do. And if you need, a warm body for 1 or 2 days, that's fine. But I'm telling you, keeping this person or these people around that do not match your core values will be toxic, and they will drive other core value matches away, because the core value match people will think, why the heck is he or she keeping them around when they're not like us? They don't like to have fun. They're not trying to make money for the company and for them and for everyone involved. They're not trying to be honest, and they see that in others, and that you'll drive away the good ones because you're keeping the bad ones. So cut them loose, get them out of there. Another one, and I regress again. If you want to know more about core values, go to some of my earlier episodes. I think there's an episode that's all about how to create your core values for your company, and they'll walk you through step by step how to do it. And I promise you, you'll be a lot more successful because of it. Second one, systems. Okay, those people are saying, I can't do anything more. I've been in business 20 plus years. This is how I've always done it. And this current political and disease-ridden environment is going to take me down. I feel sorry for you again, because you're wrong. Okay, you're not in the right space of mind right now. You have too many old beliefs, and there's so many new solutions for your old problems. So, number one, if you're still doing a lot of the day-to-day stuff, something that you could pay someone $10 to $15 an hour for doing, you shouldn't be doing it as the owner. Get out of there, or as a manager or a leader. Okay, get yourself out of the day-to-day monotony of the operations. Okay, you should be focused on building more systems, sales and marketing, if that's something that you enjoy. Anything to bring overall better business health to your company. That's what you need to be focusing on. You don't need to be worrying about, I got to go vacuum the office tonight, or I got to go, show so and so how to change oil in this vehicle. That's not you. You hire people for that. Okay, and I'm telling you, you're thinking in your head, well, this joker doesn't even understand. If I hire someone else, I'm going to be paying someone else to do it, where it's going to save me money. I'm like, that's not right. You're thinking with your old self. If you hire someone to do those lesser jobs, and there's still jobs that need to be done, understandably, you are freeing up your time to do the jobs and the tasks that are higher dollar an hour tasks that are more fitted for you to be doing. And you'll be more successful for spending your time on that and your creativity on that than showing Joe or Judy how to change oil, or how to do some other task that is monotonous. That's not you. That's not your responsibility. And it's not, I'm not saying this because I feel like I'm better than these tasks. I'm not. I'll be the first one to tell you, I've scrubbed many, many toilets. I own a janitorial company. I show people all the time, not a big deal. As of lately, I haven't needed to in the last couple of years, because I have good systems in place. I have great people in place. I have smart people in place that are making those systems run. And I have amazing staff that are there to help and to run the systems. And we have inspections in place, all that kind of stuff to help the company succeed. Are we perfect? Heck no. But are we always trying to be better? You better believe it. So get out of the day-to-day stuff, get those systems in place. And what I mean by systems, what are the things, think to yourself, what are the things that you're doing that you know you shouldn't be doing? And how could you systemize that? It's as simple as getting a post-it note or a Google sheet or a Google Doc, sharing it with your team afterwards, and literally saying, okay, in this scenario, with this task, when this happens, I do this. When this happens, I do this. If this happens, then I do this. It's as simple as that, being very strategic, being very detail oriented as you write these lists, step by step, how you accomplish these things. You email that out, you share it with your team, and they understand it. Maybe you have a quick little meeting about it, and you'll be so surprised how fast they catch up on it and how they even do these things better than you can. And that's been my thing. I've seen so many of our staff just blow past what I could do. So it's amazing to hire people that are smart, and you give them a task and you tell them, hey, this is what I need it done by, and they'll make it happen. If they're a core value match, they'll make it happen. The people that aren't core value matches are the ones that say, well, what about this? Well, how do I do this? Well, it's already written down. And if they continue to have more and more dumb questions because they don't want to read, don't want to pay attention, then they're not a core values match. They need to leave. Okay. And back to a quick jump back to hiring and core values. If you have a doubt about someone and you knew, if you knew that person for what they are today, when you're going to be hiring them, would you hire them again? And if the answer is no, they shouldn't be working for you. If the answer is yes, you've got a good teammate. So that's something you think of too. Okay, after the systems, go through your marketing. Know your audience, number one. Do you know your audience? Do you truly know your audience? Do you know their pains? Do you know what really bothers them? And I'm telling you, you sell to their pains, and that's what's going to help you. You can sell their pains, and if you have a sense of humor like we do, we always have a little sense of humor when we make any video for marketing or anything like that. Even our hiring videos are funny. Use that to your advantage. People are attracted by that. I've been able to get customers from hiring campaigns because they like the way we are approaching hiring our people and what that looks like. So be yourself, okay? Do the uncomfortable things. Force yourself past those comfort zones. I know it's tough. There's times you're like, yeah, let's just go home today. I'm not feeling real good. But in your back of your mind, if there's a daunting task that you're like, I know I should be doing. It's been on my list for a while. And it's directly associated with more income for my business, but it's past my comfort zone. You gotta do it, dude. Or do that. Make it happen. Okay? Don't be insane. Third point of marketing. Meaning don't do the same thing over and over again expecting different results. That's insanity. No one wants that. And as people that have been in business for a very, very long time, sometimes that can be the reality, is the insanity. Oh, this has worked for 10 plus years, 15 plus years. It's going to continue to work. Well, no, it's not. If it's not working now, the landscape of business has changed, and it will continue to change from new currencies coming into the market, from new generations coming into the market for jobs and what they expect out of jobs, and what customers, these more intelligent customers, are expecting from your services or products. Things are different. Okay, so try different things. If you've tried internet marketing, social media marketing, Google AdWords, all that kind of stuff, you're like, oh, it doesn't work. Well, maybe what have you done? Have you hired someone Have you hired your niece out of high school, and just because she spends half her day on Facebook, you think she's going to be good at marketing? No, there are people that know how to directly associate and market to pain for your customers by doing surveys, by truly understanding your situation. And if you don't have someone who's doing your marketing asking those questions about your customer, and they just want to do cutesy little videos, they don't know marketing. So get someone who knows their stuff. If you need some references, you can always reach out to me, and I will give you some good people that I know that are good at marketing online, because that is the future. The white pages, the yellow pages, that's not the future. So spend your money where it's going to count. All right. Again, let's go to the P&L, the finances of your company. Go through your company's P&L with a fine-tooth comb at the end of the year. Get yourself a good accountant. If you don't have a good accountant, go to Dan Packard and Matt Barker. These guys are phenomenal. They're my friends. They're my accountants. And if you don't know, if you've been in your company for a few years now and you just really don't know what what in your industry, what the standard profit margin should be, and you're lost. Dan has gracefully offered his services that if you call him, mention the podcast at Cooper Norman Partners over there, he will run you a free report telling you about your industry, the standard margins, all that kind of stuff. That being said, just because they're standard in your industry, it doesn't mean that you need to follow that exactly. Doesn't mean that's all the money that you can make. Be creative, keep digging, and you have endless possibilities there. So go through your P&Ls, know your numbers, and help you understand, okay, I'm not profitable and not as profitable as I should be right now. Let's go through all this and make sure it's categorized. If you don't have a good bookkeeper as well, and you have yourself doing it, bookkeeping, and you hate numbers, another one of those scenarios where you need to hire someone that's good at that. Hire a good bookkeeper that's going to categorize things correctly. Don't try to write everything off, because Uncle Sam, he's going to have his way with you. And when you go to get stuff for banks and loans and all that kind of stuff, your businesses or real estate, they're going to have their way with you, and you're not going to be able to feel accomplished on either side of the aisle. So know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. Because if you don't know them, or if you feel like, oh shoot, because of all these price increases and my cost of goods sold have gone up, my prices of supplies and ingredients and whatever it may be has gone up, and I haven't stayed with the signs of the times, shoot, it's time for me to raise some prices. Well, that's what you got to do. What better time to do it when especially in this environment when everyone is doing it around you? You're not taking advantage of anyone by doing it. You're just trying to run a successful business. So raise prices. Car dealerships are doing it. Everyone is doing it because labor is more expensive, supplies are more expensive, everything's more expensive. So do what you need to do to make your company run right and get you into the margins you need to be at. Obviously, sales solve a lot of different things, but if you go through your P&L and you're seeing a lot of waste in your overhead portion of your financial sheets, you take a machete to that thing and you hack that thing up. You slice and dice. You get lean and mean if you need to get where your margins need to be, so you can provide for your family, your loved ones, and keep that shelter and food on the table. So, all right, last but not least, and we're going to come to a conclusion. But before we do that, I need to tell you that we are sponsored by my company, New Clean Commercial Cleaning. I'm telling you, one thing that differentiates us is our guarantee. It's called the We're Not Perfect guarantee. If we have an unsuccessful service, because obviously no companies are perfect, right? We're in your facilities more than any other contractor would be. And if it's not fixed, if that unsatisfactory service is not resolved within 24 hours, then the cleaning is on us. So if you call us, or you go to our website, www.newclean.com, and register for a janitorial solution huddle and mention that you heard about us on the podcast, we will send over our truck mount system, and we'll clean 2 of your restroom tile and grout floors for free. No questions asked. Might even bring you some crumble cookies with it. So make it worth your while. Okay, pivot. is the last one, guys and gals. Pivot, pivot, pivot. If you're in basketball, you know what pivoting is. You know, you pick up your dribble, but you can still use that one foot to pivot on, and you can go around in circles and pivot to different directions to give yourself different opportunities to get rid of the ball, to make a play, to help your team be successful. That's what you have to do in business. It's uncomfortable, and people don't like to do it because it's out of your comfort zone. And Jamie Lima said, at the end of the day, champions are not made when the game is easy. So remember that. Champions are not made when the game is easy. So remember, put yourself past that comfort zone, sail through that storm, because you know that level up is right past it. And you got to be tested. You got to grow to continue to level up. So pivot. If something's not working, move to the other direction, pass the ball off or shoot, go the other direction, and have other opportunities over there too. So don't stay insane. Try different things. Just because it hasn't worked in the past doesn't mean it's not going to work in the future. But maybe you have to take a new, fresh approach to it. So I hope you guys are going to take some heed to this, and I hope this will help you in 2022. I know it's going to help me because I'm talking with my consultants and my mindset coaches, and our companies continue to grow. But I know this stuff will help you, and it'll help your companies. And I want to see Pocatello, and I want to see all the surrounding cities. I want to see all of Idaho just succeed and be one of the greatest states in the United States. We love this state. So let's really push forward and make these companies great. So until next time, stay away from the negative Nancy's. They only want misery for you. Stay away from them and have that domination attitude that you're going to conquer anything that comes by you. You're going to sail through that storm, and you're going to be better because of it. If you'd like to be on the show, go to the idahobusinesspodcast.com, or if you would, please share the show. Any episode that you like, I would love for you to share it and share your thoughts about it. Even if you say, Spencer's a goofball, whatever, share it. Appreciate it. Till next time, guys, adios and see you later.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.